Okay, everybody, welcome to the stream. This is Trials of Mana. It's the demo, but this, the progress comes over to the main version, the full version, and I've been really excited about this. It's looked better and better. As you can see, you can play up to level 7 in the demo, and you get up to one boss, I think. So I have played the original Seiken Densetsu 3 one time all the way through, but never finished it. So not all the way through, sadly. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. And you may be wondering, Vinny, what version are you going to be streaming? What version are you going to be playing? And the answer is both. I got both set up right now. So we're going to see the difference between... this is what I can do. Technology is amazing, isn't it? I can stream both, and we can do a little comparison. Because I downloaded the Switch version last night, and I also downloaded the Steam version today, because that's the one I think I'm going to go with. But we can see what the visuals are like, and what was downgraded, or whatever. So, for example, look at this. Already, the PC version, right? Why is the text a little bit weirder? You see that? Strange, right? Like morphs. Well, anyway, we're going to begin. As you know, I'm a big Secret of Mana fan, and I hope this delivers, because that previous remake was kind of poop. So, here we go. This is... I've never done anything like this before, by the way. We're gonna just do audio from the PC version. Some resolution stuff, from what I can tell. PC. Switch. The goddess changed into a tree. Oh fuck. Tree is real. Can't tell if this is pre-rendered. I think this is just a video chat, so not much to see here. They started a terrible war. There's always a terrible war in Mana. Peace was at an end. Trebe, could you power up the sword? Mana itself began to disappear from the world, and the mana tree began to wither. Nice music so far. Also, Title T. No shit. I love it. Oh, I love it. Actual good music, as opposed to the Secret of Mana remake. Fantastic so far. Just the music, at least, because I was real worried about the music after hearing the clown vomit that was Secret of Mana. But anyway, cool. Okay, so there's the intro.
Trials of Mana.
Nope. Something tells me the voice acting is not going to be the high point of this experience.
PC Sweets.
Okay. Normal. It ranges from hilariously bad to alright. Okay, so loading times are clearly better on PC. Just very quickly, yeah, it's just a resolution thing so far. I can see Duran's sweet abs in good detail for both. The model looks good, the textures look about the same. It's just resolution and, like, blurriness, slightly. Maybe frame rates, but I can't tell yet. I can see some frame rate stuff, but I think we're gonna need to see some gameplay for that, so... Okay, chat. I go with Duran. Duran's like kind of the default hero of the game. Duran. Alright, so...
I'm a soldier from Volsena. The name's Duran.
Yep, he's a proud young soldier.
I'm Angela,
No, wait.
Princess of Altena.
Well, I'm definitely getting Angela, but not yet. Hang on a minute. I just want to read... I want to see all the characters. So this is one of the cool features of this game in the first place. So Duran is a proud knight. He comes across as hot-headed and ready for fight. The whole kingdom acknowledges his skill with a blade. Duran has nothing but love for his kingdom, respect for the hero king, a good friend of his departed father, Loki, the Golden Knight. So, high attack power, defense with a shield. He's got a cool sword. I'm going with Duran. Maybe it's a boring choice, but definitely going with Duran. You can see the stats are a nice little addition.
I'm a soldier from Volsena. The name's
Okay.
Duran.
You know, Angela is the only daughter of the true queen of Altena, the snow-covered kingdom of magicians. Because Angela's mother hardly spent any time with her as a child, the princess was prone to act out to get attention, wearing gaudy clothes and playing pranks on people in the castle. Despite this, her love for her mother runs deep. Angela never got the hang of casting magic spells, a problem that plagues her to this day. Well, I like Angela. I'm using Angela, who's got good magic, but apparently not as good magic as maybe Charlotte.
I'm Angela, Princess of Altena.
I liked Angela in Seiken Densetsu 3, so we're gonna go with her. Kevin, I think my friend Tyler used Kevin, but Kevin's the heir to the throne of Ferolia. His father is the king of the Beastmen, but his missing mother was a human woman. Kevin's father raised him to be a fighting machine, which affected his social skills. He is unused to conversing with humans, which can make him hard to understand at times. The ice around the young boy's heart only began to melt after making friends with Carl the wolf pup. Also a himbo, chat is saying. Yeah, he becomes a werewolf at night. I'm a werewolf! Charlotte is the granddaughter of Wendell's Priest of Light. She looks very much younger than she is thanks to the elfin blood in her veins. 1,000-year-old dragon, by the way. Perhaps because of this, she has always been coddled by the people who raised her in the temple. Charlotte's bright and outgoing personality can be both an asset and a hindrance. Though curious, she's superstitious and a bit of a scaredy cat. So healing and support magic. However, she talks with hello, which means hell no. Hawkeye. This is my other choice right here, chat. But before we do that, let's take a look at Riz. Riz is the young princess of the mountainous kingdom of Laurent and captain of the renowned Amazon Guard. She has a will of iron and down-to-earth manner. Though some might call her stubborn, Riz is always there to lend a hand to those who need it. She lost her mother as a child, and since then she tried to help raise her little brother Elliot. Her topmost priorities are her father, brother, and kingdom. She's pretty cool too, though. She's got spears, some magic and summons and stuff. Someone said this music is making me insane. Yup. And then Hawkeye. Hawkeye hails from the desert fortress of Navarro, home to a guild of noble thieves. He was raised as the orphaned ward of Flamecon, the leader. Together with Flamecon's own children, Eagle and Jessica, Hawkeye comes across as a laid-back and charming young man, making it hard to tell when he's being serious. But, at his core, Hawkeye is a fiercely loyal friend. Nothing gets past his honed senses and quick wit. Choosing the 3 starting characters actually does affect the starting point and the story quite a bit. But he's good, he's a speedy fighter, he's got daggers, he's got luck with finding items, and he's got good strength, decent intellect. The rest is not great, but I like Hawkeye as a character, so we're gonna go with him.
Hawkeye, renowned thief from Navarro.
Hawkeye. Alright, I'm gonna choose the Switch versions now. By the way, the Switch button for confirm is reversed. Like, B on the PC is confirm, and A on Switch is confirm. Weird. I could change the controls, of course, not a problem, but, you know, I'm just pointing it out for anyone who's interested in such informations, because that's the informations I have for you, that I can impart on you and furnish you worth at this point.
Duran, hey, you're up. Pull yourself together.
So, you can see the loading times on an SSD are kind of amazing compared to Switch, obviously.
Combatants, forward!
I'll break you like a dry noodle.
Give it a try. I dare you.
Begin!
About time I took you down a peg, Bruiser.
Okay. I'm playing like Mr. Sakurai right now.
Almost done. I can do this.
Switch version does look good, though. Yeah, there we go. Switch version's frame rates. That's it. It's just a frame rate thing and a little bit of resolution. Textures look decent. Hang on a minute. So, PC, once again, very nice frame rates, very good resolution, very Dragon Quest XI style. And here, I'll give you an example of, let's see the textures on the ground, right? So there's the ground texture. There it is on Switch. So it's a little blurrier. It seems like they mainly had to just downscale some of the textures and shit. Not a big deal. I'm gonna lose on the Switch version, holy fuck. Vinny, audio is fucked? What's going on my end, or, like, my audio, or the game? It's desynced. Well, this is the Switch version you're looking at now. Okay. We're gonna go back to the PC version.
Ha! Not laughing so hard now, are you?
I guess he ain't half bad after all.
Oh, we got another comparison here.
Crosscut.
There you go.
I forfeit! I forfeit!
I lost on the Switch version, chat. Like I had to get revived.
Hold your weapons. We have our new champion, Duran.
Duran!
Far in your training, lad.
Duran, soldier from Volsena, kingdom of the plains. His father Loki, the Golden Knight and friend to the hero king Richard, went missing when the young soldier was but a child. His mother succumbed to sickness and grief, leaving him and his younger sister Wendy to their Aunt Stella. Like his father before him, the boy could not deny the pull of the blade. From a young age, he outshone all other swordsmen, and eventually came to be in service to the king himself.
Man, I'm beat.
Hang in there. The next shift is on its way. I'll do one more round in the meantime.
What is that audio mixing? The fuck? Vinny, you can pause cutscenes. Okay, cool. It sounds like a robot. So let's go back to the Switch version for a second.
The soldier was but a child.
I'm gonna stop the comparison very
His mother
soon,
succumbed to
but I want you
sickness and
to
grief,
see that the Switch
leaving
version
him and his
is a little
younger sister
crustier,
Wendy
with some
to their
longer loading
Aunt
times,
Stella.
but overall seems pretty
Like
competent.
His father before him,
Not a big hit.
boy
It's
could
not Cruster 3,
deny
The Witcher
pull
3.
of the blade. From a young age, he outshone
It's a little blurry,
other
but
swordsmen,
it's tolerable.
and eventually came to be in service to the king himself.
It would probably look a lot better in handheld mode. Docked mode, you're always going to have a problem when they blow up the blurry graphics for the screen, but, you know, certain games don't look so bad in handheld mode.
Man, I'm beat.
Hang in there. The next shift is on its way. I'll
Robot.
do one more round in the meantime.
I'm gonna try to sync them up. Almost. So close. So fucking close. Oh, I love this music. Sorry, that was double
Papa?
music.
Where are you going?
Off to slay some dragons. The fearsome beast known as the Dragon Lord is the strongest of its kind. But don't worry. His Highness and I won't lose.
Just overall got better production quality than the
Take care
Secret of
your
Mana
mother and
remake.
sister while I'm gone. Understood, son?
I will. Bye-bye.
It's maybe not the voice acting. You can turn on Japanese voices too. You don't need to listen to this if you don't want to. However, I'm leaving them
Your
on.
husband, Loki. He took a blow meant for me, causing both him and the Dragon Lord to fall into the depths of an abyss. My men and I searched the area for a week, but to no avail. We could not find Loki.
I see.
The king is crusty.
He fulfilled his duties as the Golden Knight until the very end. I'm sure that's what he would have wanted.
Simone, my lady.
Cool name.
Oh, Stella.
How could you let your illness go untreated for so long, Simone?
If Loki knew I was ill, he would have neglected his duties for my sake. I just
Look at
couldn't
that.
hold
Look at the
him
bed,
back
chat.
like
The
that.
headboard. There's some texture difference. I
You're both
don't know why I'm still doing this. Sorry about that.
Stella, my children.
Do not fret, Simone. I will take care of them as if they were my own.
This port is trash
You
now.
have my thanks.
Simone?
Yeah, I'm sticking with PC because I'm going to be streaming it anyway. So better load times and slightly better visuals. PC.
Shouldn't be sleeping on the job. Come on, don't give in.
Oh god, Doran's voice actor. Oh no.
What happened here?
He'll get better.
Huh? What's that?
Okay. Well, now I can actually do... Let's do the comparison forward now, and then I'll, turn it off. But I think now it's probably most obvious. I don't know if you can see, like, the barrels and stuff. Like, just some... Again, really competent port from what I can see. A couple of, texture issues, like the ground is pretty noticeably... I mean, again, this is the PC version, it's not the PS4 version, so I mean, the comparison, of course... PC obviously fucking blows Switch out of the water, but I think this game was designed with slightly lower specs. So it could be a decent Switch version. But yeah, like, if I rotate the camera around, you can see frame rates, I think, are locked at about 30. And then PC is just mental, you know, like so. But not a terrible port, though. I'm actually kind of impressed, and I don't feel like you'd be... Again, the best I can say for this so far, from the beginning, just the cutscenes and some basic gameplay, it's not The Witcher 3. You're not getting a downgrade that's so substantially noticeable that you're gonna have a terrible time. But, Switch, again, portability, man. Portability is always pretty nice. Portobello mushrooms are pretty nice, too. No, I mean, on a technical level, The Witcher 3 is amazing. The fact that it could fit... on the Switch is incredible.
Here goes.
Vinny, why is the music slowing down like it has tape distortion? That might be on your end. Vinny, both games are almost identical minus the frames. Right, yep, there you go. We're done. Comparison over. Frames and some resolution. This was fun, though. I enjoyed doing this. This was a fun comparison. Okay, Switch version, you will be deleted off my system. Not now, but soon enough. I don't need the Switch version anymore. I'm gonna be buying the PC version. PC! Again, if this was a game that I would actually end up playing on my own, then I would probably consider, you know, getting the Switch version. But considering I'm gonna be streaming it all on PC, yeah. Chat, I want to, do some options. I want to change my controls, maybe. I just want, what do I want here? So I want melee weak to be assignable. I want this to be Y. It won't let me. Oh, I have to oh, I'm a dumbass! Vinny, you're a dumbass. Wait, what? These are Xbox controls. Hang on a minute. I need an Xbox controller so I can see what this means. Because it's different. I'm using the SN30 Pro. Sorry everybody, this will take just a moment. So I want this to be X. Melee power, Y, that's good. Jump would be B. And then evade, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's good. Ah, beautiful. Good controls now. Actually, AKSHULE. Actually. That's better. Nice. Alright, we're good. Ugh. Alright, do I like this camera setting? It's opposite Shadow of the Colossus. Fuck. Silver, save your game. Gold restores HP and MP and saves your game. I have to get used to like a million different camera styles. But we'll deal with that. Do I want to deal with that though? When I can, do I have the power to change it? Camera left, right. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, that's cool. Just teleport, bro. Let me use the teleportation movement system. But yeah, it's sticking, the music is nice because it's sticking fairly close to the original compositions. Vinny, why do you play with an inverted camera? I've literally never met another human being who does that. This is left and right inverted. Because Shadow of the Colossus inverted the camera. Naturally. Up and down, I don't invert. I played a game recently that had the opposite of this, and then the opposite of this, and it's been very confusing in my brain to get used to the camera controls.
Who are you?
You are sharper than you look.
What's so funny?
What's so funny? That you are considered the best fighter in this miserable castle. I think it's time I show you how powerless you really are.
No more talking!
What senile old fool would entrust the security of the castle to a child? Oh, my apologies. You work for the king, do you not?
What? Don't you dare insult His Majesty!
This dude's voice acting. Don't you dare insult this castle's majesty! I don't think that's what he said. Never mind.
The finishing blow.
Someone infiltrated the castle! Find them!
That's not what it sounds like when it has a
Seems
helmet.
you'll live another day. No matter. If all the king can boast is soldiers of your caliber, we can take this kingdom anytime we choose.
Stop!
He has teleport movement on, he does.
To penetrate our defenses. The soldiers on duty were no match for him. Duran was the only survivor.
Duran.
Witnesses say the man was wearing a red cloak. It has to be that Altanish cur, the Crimson Wizard.
Oh, this is wonderful voice
You
acting.
mean Altana sent a spy? No honor among the lot of them. We should mount a full-scale attack on their forces before they sneak in again. Who's with me?
Right! Hold!
That's the most king-looking motherfucking king I've ever seen.
There is no definitive proof that Altana sent the intruder. nor would they have reason to attack our kingdom in the first place. We cannot act rashly. Whoever attacked last night got past our defenses and some of our best soldiers. If we act hastily, we could fall into our enemy's trap. First, we must strengthen the castle's defenses and increase the guard. Then we shall send our own spies into Altanish territory.
Yes, sir.
But why would the true queen of Altena attack Valsena of all places?
But why would the true queen of Altena attack Valsena of all places? That's how you do a king voice. I got this.
Curses. Curse it all.
Hey!
All right, man?
Your wounds haven't healed yet. You should be in bed, silly.
Red, whatever, just... Just let him.
Are you listening to me? Stop whining and listen! I hate you!
Oh no! Oh, it's bad.
Wendy! Wait.
I'm just happy the quality of the, I gotta change back. I'm sorry. Shadow of the Colossus fucking ruined me. I just have to get used to it normal. Because I know more games use that. I just got used to, like, 10 hours of Shadow of the Colossus doing the exact opposite. So, I know my instinct is to do the controls like this, but goddamn, sorry everybody. Yeah, the voice acting is not good, but the visuals are great. The production quality on the cutscenes are much better than the Mana remake. Your little sister is looking out for you. You shouldn't make her worry. Go home. One thing I want to check out is music. Glad that that's an option. So far, though, the music has been fantastic. I want to keep it going. The remake is good so far. Nice. It's just tasteful. These soldiers are on guard all over town. I've never seen it like this. My brother was there that night that Crimson Scoundrel came and... What's this I hear about a war? Is it true? You're a soldier, you must know something. Leave security to us.
Whining, huh? A walk around town might clear my head some.
I'm collecting goods for the castle. I do not want to sit idly by in times like this. Vinny, do a poll for English versus Japanese VAs. So, I don't need to do a poll, because I know I want to do English VA, because it's fucking hilarious. And also, I'd prefer that. But I will maybe check out the Japanese voices at some point. I love democracy. It's not my place to tell a soldier what to do, but your aunt and little sister have been worried. Perhaps you should go home tonight. Sorry, how do you know who I am? If you find a seed, try planting it in an inn's magic pot located near the front desk. You can grow items and equipment from various types of seeds. Isn't that cool? You can grow items and shit. The pot will level up the more seeds you plant. Higher your magic pot level is, the better your chance of getting good items from item seeds. was quite a mess at the castle. The owner said not to go outside. Here I was, on my way east to the port of Maya. Then I remembered, we can't go outside the city at night. That old fortune teller was right. I must go back for more guidance. Wait, was that a quest, or...? I love the visual style. It's Dragon Quest XI in the, you know, in spirit. Again, nothing can beat the sprites of the original, and especially of Secret of Mana. Those sprites were fucking gorgeous. But I'm really happy with this too. This is a lot more... less soulless. Hang on a minute, let me rephrase that. This is... got a little bit more soul than the previous remake. So this style definitely feels easier on the eyes and kinda nice. So I wouldn't say maybe I don't love it, but I like it quite a bit. That cat is pregnant. That's a fucking pregnancy noise. Night patrols are no joke ever since that intruder snuck in. No one's allowed outside the town at night. King's orders. Someone needs to get that cat some help. Trust me, I know my meows, chat. I'm allergic to cats. I would know better than most people. Your father, the Golden Knight Loki, was struck down by the Dragon Lord while protecting his majesty. I know you can live up to his name. Leave security to us. Oh yeah, that worked last time, didn't it? Crimson Wizard is legendary, but I never would have thought that the coward was a bloodthirsty spy. Covert. That's how you pronounce it properly. Covert. Oh god, it's the dancing merchants. What the fuck? Oh my god. So for those that don't know, the Mana series has dancing merchants, which is just fine by me. This is very silly though in 3D. I know a soldier's work is dangerous, but losing anyone is heartbreaking. Evening, Duran, at least you made it out alive. I desynced them. How long is the demo? Like, I guess 2 hours, I think? That's what I've heard. About. But you can keep playing until you hit level 7. So it's no Dragon Quest demo, but it seems like it's got some meat on it, and the save data transfers over.
I don't want to go home. Not yet.
You'd think exposing your midriff as a warrior would be a weakness. It is not, though. It's a sign of status. If you show them abs off, people are more likely to fear you in battle. Any combatant, monster, human, whoever. Whomsoever. Fear is more important than safety. Especially if a monster rams a fucking spike through your stomach. You're fine. God, I miss Square music when it sounded this good. Even though I just played Chrono Trigger. I still miss it. I like the way he opens a treasure chest. That's very Duran. How can we rest easy when Castle Valsena itself was assaulted? I should ask the fortune teller. No wonder. You guys are getting your information from a fucking fortune teller. There are soldiers on guard all over town. I've never seen it like this. God. It's kind of like perfect game to be playing right now. Every soldier on duty was defeated by a single wizard. I doubt any of us are safe. Arnold Schwarzenegger made another tweet of him in the hot tub with a stogie that I'm gonna have to show you later because it's amazing. Vinny, please, your voice acting is terrible. Speak Japanese. Okay. Sono hite wa biru wa oishii desu. Here I was, on my way east to the port of Maya, but then I remembered we can't go outside the city at night. Translation, that person is building is delicious. No, biruwa, isn't that beer? That beer is delicious, I said. That's biru. Oh, I said it wrong. Someone's saying, people in chat are saying that GameStop is releasing Doom Eternal early, 1 day early, because of all the crap that's happening. However, I want the PC version. They're not selling that, are they? Like, PC version is releasing early on Steam. It's coming out on Steam in 20 minutes. What?
Welcome, young
I'll stream it
man.
tomorrow then.
This shop is for reading fortunes. Your pinched face tells me you have a lot on your mind, son.
My what?
People's lives are 99% destiny.
Yeah, the meme is now dead. Sorry, everybody.
The rest of your future is always shaped by your will. It is up to you to decide. We call that final 1% hope. Come now. Anyone can see you bear a great burden. Let this old bird set you on the right path.
Her eyes are just fluffy eyebrows, huh? Alright.
Fortunes? Why would I trust my fate to something like that?
Sword clipping through hair. I repeat.
believe in is strength. But I'll listen to what you have to say if you tell me how to become more powerful.
Manners, you oaf! No need for rudeness.
Oh my god.
To become more powerful, you must head to Holy City Wendell. The Priest of Light can teach you how to switch your class.
My class?
My hug?
Son, you listen and you listen good. Even a clueless fighter like yourself can eventually change to a better class. Now get out of my shop.
Square, you can, like, if you want, I'll direct your sessions for these games for free. I don't even know how to direct. I like how
classes, huh?
Duran's
Means
movements.
I can defeat that crimson jerk. I'll do anything. Well, better head to Wendell and see what all this fuss is about.
I like how Duran, before his movement was so exaggerated, like his animations, and his voice acting was like, hey, I want to become more powerful, and his movements were like, I want to become more powerful! Oh, we had some Dragon Quest-esque floating. I don't know if you guys saw that. I had like a float moment. There it is! Hero does that too in Dragon Quest XI. I like these beacons to help you figure out where the story is, so you can
That lousy, conniving, murderous Crimson Wizard is dead meat.
spend less time wandering.
Get away. Not again. I won't come back until he's finished. I won't.
Well, games do it now, but, you know, there was a time games didn't, like, set waypoints like that. Like this game, originally. Someone said, Vinny, do you still have your Animal Crossing cards? I can't find them anywhere. Yeah, I was just talking about that. The Animal Crossing cards are not as available anymore. I don't know what happened to them. I don't think Nintendo's making them anymore. But I do have mine. In fact, I even took a picture of them, which I can't show you now because the game is taking up the full screen. Don't worry about it. I'll show you later. I have a little, a fun thing to show you, chat. I have my Scoot items, but I have like 100 Animal Crossing cards. I have Stitches.
Sorry, Wendy. Stella.
The card.
I really am.
Wait!
Aunt Stella.
Here. I know, you already have a bronze sword, but take this instead.
Weird mouth movements.
Is this?
This is the sword your father used when he was a young man. Back in the day, he even won the tournament with it, against the young king himself.
Good voice actress. I'm
Now be
nitpicking.
off.
Sorry.
I'll explain the situation to Wendy, don't worry. Be sure to stop by the castle to see the king before you leave. He's waiting to hear from you.
How does he know?
Don't be silly. He knew your father. Of course, the son of Loki would want to travel the world. I, too, knew this day would come. I've raised you as if you were my own son, after all.
Thanks, Aunt Stella. I'll be back. I promise.
So chat is very quick to correct me and say the voice acting in this game is in fact trash. I just said her voice actress was good. The direction is not good, but she's probably one of the better ones so far. It's not good overall, but it's not gonna ruin my experience.
I see you're planning a journey, Duran.
Your Majesty! Forgive me. It was my weakness that allowed the enemy to escape so easily. I wish to atone for my mistakes. I cannot forgive the wizard for what he did. For the first time in my life, I was utterly powerless. He not only defeated me, he insulted you, my king! He must pay for this. I do not plan to return home until he has answered for these crimes. I cannot.
Acknowledged. You have my blessing on your journey.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
His resolve is truly admirable. I had feared that perhaps he was raised too proud, but I see that he is just like his father at that age.
Just like his father. Someone in chat said he really do be looking like Booger King, though. You know what? He does look like Booger King. So far, though, at least the controls feel pretty tight. Good. Good, good. Bronze sword. Did I not get my father's sword? Ah, I love the motifs of Secret of Mana that are in the music, but it's still different. The bronze sword is your father's sword. Oh. You want to hear a music comparison real quick? Okay. Again, pushing the limit of the Super Nintendo. Specifically, Secret of Mana had some of the most astounding... yes, the word astounding, I did use that word, music on the Super Nintendo. Kikuta is just a genius when it comes to samples and composition on that system. Hell yeah. Nice! Not annoying. I just watched Neryl's video about the Mana remake. Which I've seen, I think... maybe I've seen... Well, I've seen... Oh. Time of day change. I've seen footage of the Mana game, the Secret of Mana remake. And it did not look good. But I just refreshed my memory real quick by watching Neryl's video on it, and boy, that music was fucking grating. Oh, I'm in combat. I have a Rabbite. I got it at PAX. Oh man, combat feels so much more fluid. There's one thing I didn't love about Seiken Densetsu 3, is, I had some issues with the way the combat was, like, stiff. On purpose. This is nice. This is definitely nice. Casting spells sucked, the movement was, like, stiff, and you moved really slow while you had your sword out. It wasn't bad, you get used to it, and it worked really well after a while, but it was probably... And Secret of Mana had its own issues in a different way, but I think I preferred Secret a little bit more.
Feel this one!
Yo, this battle system so far... Also, I like the landscape. The scenery's pretty nice. It's simple. This is no Final Fantasy VII Remake. It did not have that budget. But this is also not a quick, whatever, we don't give a fuck port or remake. Vinny, do you have to kill these? Yeah, I gotta get strong, man. Let me get strong. I still have my Rabbite plushie. I'll keep that. I like when you kill them, they go, oh! It just makes killing these cute, adorable creatures even more depressing. Level up to increase your HP and stats like your strength. Put points towards abilities from the training section. Okay, so here's the map. I think I really like this so far, chat. So training. Magic spells and attacks you learn will automatically be added to the move ring. Press down to bring up the menu and select a move while exploring the field or battling. So there's HP, MP, Strength, Stamina, Intellect, Spirit, or Luck. Abilities will grant you special bonuses that help you on your adventure, and chain abilities When equipped, these abilities will affect other party members in addition to your own. So if I put some points into strength, I can then unlock counter. So, oh, this is cool. Now I have a problem, is that this game can't come out soon enough. I'll be busy with Animal Crossing and Doom and Half-Life Alyx. I can wait. Never mind. Quick heal. Quick heal might be a good... Oh, status effect time shortened by 30%. Let's see. Attack increases by 10% for 30 seconds when receiving damage. Sure. You must equip learned abilities in order to use them. So you can... right now I can hold 2, but when I change to different classes I can hold more. Cool. Sweet. Hell yeah. It's good. I'm very I've said this and I'll continue saying it every time I hear music in this game, but as a fan, I'm so happy that they didn't fuck with the music too much. Cup of Wishes, cool. A lot of different types of attacks, too. Classic sound effects. God, I hope this game ends up being as good as I think it will be, and I hope, like, it sells really well, and then Square makes a good, new mana game. That would be cool. Just chocolate. Poor bastards. Would you be okay with them just using this engine? Yes, but taking it a little further would be nice. Like, again, I'm not sure how... I've only played the game for a little bit now, but... if they did a new mana game in this engine, but pushed it further and put, like, more resources into it, you know, like, actually gave it a higher budget, worked a little further on the art style, refined and improved, and told a unique, interesting story. Yeah, it'd be great. But, you know, with them doing all these remakes, don't be surprised if something Chrono-related comes down the pipeline at some point. Don't be surprised if it's bad. Yeah, and better voice acting and better direction for the voice acting next time around will be great. Thank you. But yeah, if you want to see what Chrono would look like in 3D and actually kind of be somewhat competent, check out Chrono Trigger Resurrection. It got shit-canned by Square. Anything up here with this tree? Nope. Yeah, take that mushroom. fairly satisfying combat mechanics too. Like, the hits feel good. They don't feel cheap. Or maybe that's a weird thing for me to say, but... Snack World comes to mind when I think cheap, where it didn't feel as satisfying to hit an enemy. Man, Star Wars sucks, Star Trek sucks, but at least there's a decent Mana remake. And Final Fantasy VII seems like it's gonna be decent, too. Oh, and Resident Evil 3. Yeah, there's a lot of... You know what? A lot of good games on the horizon. And we might even get the butthole cut of Cats. That would be... stupid. I think I need to explain that, because I'm sure most of you have heard of this, but it was trending, release the butthole cut. Apparently, the cats in the movie Cats had buttholes, and they had to have someone, a CG artist, erase the buttholes of the Jellicle cats. For months. It took him months to get rid of all the buttholes. Vinny, it was fake. You know what? Everything about the Cats movie was dumb enough that it sounds like it could be real. I have a better option. Release the crust cut. I want them to release the version of Cats that was in theaters for a couple weeks before they patched it. You saw that version, Nick? It was fucked? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the version I want to see. Otherwise, I'm not... Like, I know you can watch it now on the computer, but I don't really want to watch it. Like, fucking... How many shots of Jack Daniels do I have to do to watch that movie? I'm trying to think. Like 5? I think 5 minimum? I don't even like drinking anymore that much, Jesus. Why are you doing this to me, Cats movie? %50 chance of not getting knocked back. Spirit +5. Base Spirit. What's Spirit do in this game, chat? It's magic defense. Regen health and mana. Thanks. Again, I've always said mana my whole life, but now I'm saying mana because everyone else says mana, and because even in the fucking trailer, a character was like, mana! And I'm like, yeah, I know. So, like, my mind is rewiring a little bit, but I still say both. Marinara. That's what I had for dinner tonight. So, when I went shopping last, all the pasta was gone, except for the good pasta. People bought, like, boxes and boxes of all the, like, you know, stock standard cheapo pasta. Except there was some, like, really good, like, yay, real deal Italian pasta! And it was like an extra $1, and I just bought, like, 3 things of that. And I got some, not kidding, Vincent's marinara sauce. And I just cooked that up with a little bit of mozzarella, some cheese. I didn't make meatballs, Sphinx. I didn't even feel like going to a supermarket. I'm staying in. So I was gonna make meatballs. I was like really excited to make some meatballs tonight, but I gave up. I didn't have meat.
Just you wait, Crimson Wizard. I ain't gonna stop until I'm more than powerful enough to take you down. You won't get away with this. I will defeat you.
Oh. Cool helmet, jackass.
Duran, bested by the Crimson Wizard, nearly lost confidence in his skills. He set out for Holy City Wendell to gain the strength to overcome his failings.
Sounded like a Dragon Quest theme, actually. Yeah, well, the game ends here, everybody. This is... Sorry to say, this is as long as the game's always been. Duran reaches the end of his journey on this boat by deciding that he wants to become a sailor, which is enough character development. He just says, you know what, fuck it. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I will sail the seas for the rest of my life and live a simple life. That's character development. Man, my eyes hurt when I look at the sun. But I will keep looking at it!
Chad? Belongs to Ferolia. Don't resist, and we may spare you.
Ferolian forces have taken the town and closed the docks. Now my ship's stuck in the harbor until who knows when.
You're from Boston? Are you fucking... Who is this guy? Who knows when? Jimmy Stewart? Is that you, Jimmy Stewart?
What are these beastmen up to? I'd love to throw them all out of town, but there's only one of me.
Ferolian forces have taken the town and closed the docks. Now my ship's stuck in the harbor until who knows when. I'm not scared. I'm scared. You with those invaders? Well, you can get out of here with the rest of them. Still pretty good. Yeah, level that box up. No reason not to plant all of them at the same time. It's just delayed gratification. Hell of an intro.
Hey! What is wrong with you? Could you give a girl some peace and quiet? Back off!
Fucking hell. Wow. That's it, he's dead now.
Can't get anything past me.
Are you sleeping in place? Whoa, whoa, whoa. How can she sleep? Yeah, this is one of those cases where I have no problem listening to the new remixes. Like Spyro, I preferred Stuart Copeland's original compositions. I'm fine with this. I still prefer the originals, but I'm gonna, you know, mostly check out the original and then go back to the new ones if they're good. And this is good, so... Cool looking, town. Vinny, those are people's wishes. Someone in chat said, go back to Angela. I thought maybe there was another, like, scene. Looks like, not so much.
Something's not right with the town. Watch yourself.
What is this horrendously unfitting voice? Something's not right with the town. You probably don't want to do Scottish, or like a terrible non-Scottish. Something's not right with the town. Oh, watch yourself there, all right? Jimmy Stewart, want you to watch yourself, all right? Gosh. Surprise!
Keep your head down, and you won't get hurt.
Why is the chest hair in this game look so fucking weird? It's like a chest beard. I know this is a trope, it's been done in a lot of other fiction. I've seen it in games, I've seen it in cartoons, whatever, but in this case it's just a chest beard. Chad, is this Unreal Engine? It is.
This town is caught up in a war it never wanted. It's the same story everywhere you go in the world these days. Like my homeland. What on earth is going on?
Just a little bit of, like, a slightly better audio mixing might help. A little more compression, maybe. But at least, I like the delivery of Hawkeye's lines. Like, I like the actor better than Duran. So far. The Beastmen are too frightening to fight. It's better to hide.
Beastmen of Ferolia look like humans during the day, but at night, they transform into animals. Don't leave the house after dark. You hear? Hey, if you're trying to leave the city, night is actually best. Once the Beastmen transform, they lose their better judgment. The whole lot of them tend to get together and brawl amongst themselves until dawn. It's easier to sneak out of the city then. Good luck.
Okay, but you told me...
Until nightfall. Guards will thin out by then.
You told me different things.
Knows when to pick his battles.
Pardon me. My younger brother is missing, and I must find him as soon as possible. Have you... I see. Thank you, anyway.
That's Reese, right? Reese? I haven't seen him, but I can lie and say that I've seen him. Oh. Vinny, apparently the Switch has faster load times than PS4 for this game. Like, not by a lot, though, right? Because the Switch still has some pretty decent little load times. How? I think... I don't know, I mean, the digital version versus... I don't know, maybe it's just Switch architecture. I don't really know how they do their hardware, but... Speaking of PS5, no one said PS5, but that presentation was fucking weird, and it felt like a Tim and Eric or Eric Andre sketch, a little bit. Hey, we have an SSD, and we're backwards compatible with PS4, and here's the stats, and here's a thermal sensor, and here's, you know, here's some numbers and graphs and stocks and bonds and stuff. I think the problem is people are just starved for information, that they were excited. People were excited about this. They wanted to see it. And it just wasn't much of anything other than a fucking GDC presentation. Which is fine. I mean, I'm not really into the stats. Apparently it's not as powerful as Xbox Series X. And the Microsoft fellows are very proud of that. So, I mean, at this point, it's just... I've said it before, I need to see something unique. An SSD is nice, but if I have to buy a PS5 to play Bloodborne 2 and one other game, I'm gonna be not happy about that. It's like, oh, we're just gonna pay-gate games now, even though the consoles do the same thing just about, and PC is there. Again, exclusives, even when Nintendo does it, when they buy timed exclusives, really annoys me. Fresh out of weapons, huh? The show was supposed to be for GDC. Yeah, GDC sadly got canceled, which would have been good for the industry, just because it's a good time for developers to talk and meet up. There was a good Gabe Newell interview, by the way, today. But yeah, the point is, though, PS4 presentation was just very flat. It's very technical. I'm sure there are people out there that really appreciated that and enjoyed that. For a dummy like me that didn't understand any of it, I was just like, all right, what games you got on this thing? You got games? So I'm still waiting to see what I'm gonna be playing on Xbox and PlayStation 5. I don't know yet. Out of equipment as well, huh? I mean, we don't even know what the fucking thing looks like yet. How do you feel about first-party exclusives like Naughty Dog for Sony and things of that sort? I'm not into Last of Us. I think, again, exclusives are part of the business. That's fine, but it just sucks when it's a game that clearly could be on other things, but someone buys exclusivity. That's all. Don't bark if you can't handle a bite. Vinny, look at the map. I know where to go. I was looking for the lost child.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse. Come again.
Oh wait, there's the other dude. That was Squad-a-la voice, almost.
Scared me. Shh, shh. Don't tell them I'm here, okay? Can't be found out.
Lost Child is a Reese plot thing. You can't find him. Never mind that.
I am one of them, but not with them. Can't let them see me. Don't tell. Please?
Okay. That rumor that Sony's gonna buy Konami's exclusives. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer if they were multi-platform, but if Sony ends up getting exclusive Castlevania, Metal Gear, and the other thing, what's the other thing? I forgot. It's a shitty rumor. Listen, I don't know if it's gonna be substantiated at all, but Silent Hill. That would sadly, you know, again, I'd be happy because Konami has sadly fucking ruined these things and is doing nothing with them. So, if anyone else wants to make games, great, I guess, but I mean, that would be a reason enough to buy a PS5 for me, is those games coming back with good direction. Someone said I'd rather it be ruined than console exclusive. Oh god. That's opposite console wars. That's like console wars taken to the extreme other way. God. Someone said no, Belmonts or Snake. Another person said, Vinny, you can afford it. So, you know. That's exactly what I want to do. At least the Valve Index has utility. I get to play a ton of different games on it. I get to play Half-Life Alyx on it. I'm actually enjoying it. It's like a completely different technology. If I have to buy a PS5 and an Xbox Series X for a couple of exclusives, systems that can literally do the same thing or less than my PC can, you know, it's just, you know, it's still money. Sure, I can afford it. I'm grateful that I can afford it, but goddamn. Where did the Beastmen run off to? They left so suddenly. Are the scary people gone now? I thought we weren't supposed to be out at night. I suppose the stories of Beastmen changing forms were true all along. I can still hear them outside of town. Any Series X exclusives will most likely be on PC. Again, Microsoft is doing good stuff, and I like Phil Spencer quite a bit. So I believe with Game Pass and their new, you know, Xbox games on Windows thing, pretty cool. But then what's the point of you buying an Xbox? It's a cheap TV PC. Not for us, or people that have, like, decent computers and, you know, another system maybe. I think the next generation of consoles is gonna be weird. I have some interesting thoughts about what could happen if they don't play their cards right. And now with all the stuff that's going on with the virus, I'm wondering if production's gonna get delayed, or there's gonna be less of it. You know, with no E3, is the same level of hype gonna be drummed up? There's a lot of questions. But yeah, Xbox... Someone said an Xbox is for a PC player that doesn't have a lot of money. Which may be true, but then what's a PS5 for? Genuinely. No, Sony exclusives. There you go. I guess same as it ever was. If PS5 had backwards compatibility with every iteration of PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and, well, obviously then 5 as well, that would be pretty fucking amazing. That would be the best I would be very content with that. I would be very content with that, because right now, chat, I have a PS2 with a PS4 resting on top of it, and my PS3 is not far. because I might need to play a game on it at some point in my life. You never know. And PS2 can play PS1, so I still have all my PS1 games. I have all my PS2 games. When it comes to Xbox, I only had a 360 and an Xbox One. So just for game archival purposes, backwards compatibility is important. It's a shame Nintendo doesn't do that in any way. Not even with, like, a legit virtual console instead of their shitty streaming service, which, again, is good, I like it, but there needs to be more games on that. We need more than once every 3-4 months. Alright, anyway, I'm ranting. Sorry, I'm good. I'm enjoying this game a lot. I don't know why I'm ranting during it, sorry. And yeah, I know emulation's always a thing. I'm just talking like, let's say in a world where emulation didn't exist and you wanted to play the games on that system. Oh, it's the what are these? They're called assassin ants. I always just called them like the hornets. This music is fucking good. We're gonna go back to the remake because I thought also handled nicely. Strings. Nice and easy save system. Game just feels very easy to play, enjoyable, polished. Why did Secret of Mana Remake have to suck so much? I just got pushed to the side, I guess. I don't know. Low budget. Bronze sword. Polished. Ancient. Powerful. It was also made for mobile. Wait, that came out on mobile devices? Oh, okay. This is the lakeside town of Astoria, Queens. Welcome to Astoria, Queens. We have Animal Crossing early, but I bet you don't want to go there to get Animal Crossing, especially now. What's that? It's like an hour drive to Astoria? Actually, Astoria, Queens is excellent. Remember when I called this game polished? I still mean it. This is the best dance segment I've ever seen in a video game. Game is broken. Complete garbage now. Vinny, would you still get a Series X if you liked some of its features? It would need to do something interesting and unique. I'm probably gonna have to get it anyway, just because, you know, streamer. And that's fine, I don't mind. I spend... most of the money I spend is on video game stuff that I end up using for stream. Like, I save my money a lot, and I have no problem dropping it on video games, because it's the best hobby! I just, you know, especially if I'm gonna stream something, I don't mind. But it just sucks that you know, the idea of having to spend money to get a game that could easily be on PC is, I guess it's just kind of a bummer. But there's a chance I'm gonna have to get both consoles anyway, just so I can play the games that I want to play and stream them. But, apparently Xbox, you know, may have a lot of those games come to PC, in which case I might not need it. Would I still get it if I liked its features? I mean, what could it have? You know what I mean? Like, what could that console have that, like, Connect 2? Or how about Connect 4, an even better game? If it came preloaded with Connect 4, I'd probably buy it. You know the gold and silver mana statues, yes? Offer a prayer at the golden statue to yes, I know.
You look like you need a break, young man! With that face, you'll make babes and their mothers cry!
Put me in, coach, I'm ready. Square, you want my resume? This is a nice town. I'd live here. This would be... I'd rather live here than the castle, I think. Except they seem to be growing lots of pumpkins, and I don't like the taste of pumpkin. So... hopefully there are other croppage being grown. Did you hear? Jad's been taken over by Beastmen. Are we next? You're traveling through, right? Not much around here, but you're welcome regardless. Yeah, I mean, if you milk the pumpkin just right, you can get good stuff. These will be ripe soon, what you think? Yeah, they're definitely pumpkins, alright. Hi, birds. Those are some bird-looking birds. Bird graphics. I just like walking around in this game and looking at all the, you know, copy-paste buildings.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse.
Huh, lots of voice acting here.
This is good quality.
This is good quality.
Come again.
It's good quality beans. Come to Latte Larry's, we got the beans. Yeah, that was horrendous voice acting. That's just the developer. Yep, the sword is most definitely iron. The armor shop is closed. That's how they get away with not selling you armor at this point in the game. The dude's sleeping. Good business. Still though, I can't help but be won over by the charm of the game, much like I was the original, but maybe in a slightly different way.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse.
That's
Come again.
convincing. I like that echo on this one. That little slapback echo is kind of like one of the trademarks of this game's soundtrack. I think I might like this version a little bit better. Something I love about the combat, someone said, is that there's an ability to dodge spells and skills. I haven't been using the dodge much because the combat's been pretty, like, Babby level at the moment, but I have to remember that I have a dodge button. That was not in the original. The original was fucking difficult, though. So if they made this game a little easier for the demo, that's fine, but... God, the original, I remember my friends, it was Mike and my friend Tyler, we played together, like, the three of us, multiplayer, which, by the way, this version does not have, so that is, you know, not a good thing. But, I remember, maybe just we were terrible, maybe we just sucked, but I remember we fucking died to several bosses, which, by the way, took forever to beat. And then we'd have to do them again, and it was just like, we were awful at the game. That's my guess, at least. I like that there's a lunge attack. Like, there's a little bit of variety in the combat. Not too much so far, but I'm assuming you unlock more skills, and there's this menu here, there's this, but there's a couple different combat options. Treasure chests. Doesn't the version of Collection of Mana have multiplayer? Only 2 people. In fact, the original version of Seiken Densetsu 3 only ever had 2-person multiplayer. And the reason we were able to do 3-player co-op is because we downloaded a patch. Don't tell anyone. Apparently it was a very, very easy fix to just get the co-op working for 3 people. Secret of Mana, this game's prequel, you know, had 3-player co-op, and on the SNES, in order to do that, you needed to buy a multi-tap, which was a device you would plug in, and then you could hook up different, more controllers to it. What's this thing? Also, I think this game has a pretty decent story. I mean, the Mana games, like Secret of Mana, didn't have the deepest story, but I liked some of the characters. I liked the moments. There were good moments. There was Neko, Like, I really enjoyed how simple it was with some interesting, wacky characters, poorly translated, poorly localized. But I feel like this is a little bit better, especially considering the 6 characters. You can do, you know, multiple playthroughs and all that.
No one believes me, but I saw it. A strange light was floating over the lake. Maybe it'll appear tonight, too.
Cool, thanks. Chat, it's aliens. Oh, that's how you leave combat. You have to, like, leave the combat zone. You have to push against it for a little bit. Huh. And then you can, leave combat. Like, you can run from combat that way. Wait, if I go back to that dude at night, will there be a light over there? Should I do that? I'm gonna leave combat. Part of this. Oh, it's a story thing. Okay. Oh, forced camera angle. There's an invisible force blocking the way.
Drat. This barrier looks pretty sturdy. We better ask around and see if anyone knows how to break a magic barrier.
Magic barrier. Napkins. Napkins.
Take this!
No lock-on system. But it doesn't really feel like it needs one. Like, the attacks are wide enough that, you know, the hitboxes are generous. Oh, there is? You can lock on? Wait, what? You fucking kidding me, bro? What? What the fuck, bro? Target lock. Oh, you click the right stick in. Controls, character, ring menus, LT and RT. Okay. Vinny, can you go higher than 60 frames a second? Go even higher. Listen, my monitor is not equipped for this sort of thing, nor can you see it on the stream, but the option is there. Actually, no, you can kind of notice it. On my monitor, it's slightly noticeable. Just very, very slightly. Someone said, I'm guessing this isn't the Switch version. No. I did a comparison earlier, though. If you caught the beginning of the stream, I had both up side by side. I did a little comparison. The Switch version's like, I think, about 30. Curses. I managed to get away from Jad, but now I'm stuck here because of the barrier. I'll never go home to Wendell. Take down the barrier. Hey, buddy, if you figure it out, let me know. Gonna spend the night here, I guess. Finding a way home is a problem for future me. You could stay the night here, too. Maybe the barrier will magically disappear overnight. You never know.
You used to be able to go through Cascade Cavern to the east to get to the other side of the lake. Unfortunately, Wendell's closed it often to keep their cities safe.
shitty house. It's like the ghost house from Link's Awakening. Check behind that house.
Thank you!
It's one candy. Fine. Your name, John Candy. Your mission, act in some of the funniest movies ever.
Welcome. Come again.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is still one of my favorite comedy movies. Steve Martin, John Candy, fuck yeah. The noise it makes, chat. Dark coin deals dark magic damage to an area. Deals water magic damage. Heals all allies' status effects.
Welcome.
Oh man.
Huh?
The sad music in this game is extra good.
What the? Light?
Light? Well, technically, it's unidentified.
My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. You saw that light too, didn't you? Well, I'll be!
What? The heck was that light? Monster? Finally! Something's happening in this town. Maybe that light'll give me a proper fight.
Amazing. Someone said, does anyone else have constant screen tear on the screen, on the stream? Yes, that's because of 900p. I think you have to turn on hardware acceleration in your browser. Or is it turn off hardware acceleration? Turn it on. Get it on. That'll fix it. Turn it on. Bang a gong. Turn it on. It still kind of blows my mind that Square is releasing 2 remakes within a couple months of each other of some of the, like, best games they've ever made. And the remakes are both pretty fucking good. It's like, wait, what? So far, at least. Just from demo. Wait, when does this come out again? And when does both games come out again? Oh, and Crystal Chronicles are going to be out soon, too. That's just a re-release, though, with some bonus stuff. Final Fantasy VII is April 10, and this is April 24th. Cool. Re-release, but with a ton of bonus stuff. Yeah, Crystal Chronicles is going to get some extra stuff. And, I think it's got online play and it removes the need for the fucking awful Game Boy, which was a cool gimmick, but it was difficult to set up. The Game Boy Link thing. Online crossplay. Fuck yeah. I managed to get Crystal Chronicles going a bunch of times. I had to get a ton of those link cables. And I even had my old Game Boys, like I had my SP and my original Game Boy. So that was 2, and then the third one would be if my friend brought his over. So I could get like a 3-person Crystal Chronicle. But never finished it. Good game though.
Hey! Hang in there!
Tinkerbell.
I'm alright.
Oh, it's Sprite from the Zelda cartoon, but with weird fucking,
you?
like, mangled ears.
I'm a soldier from Valsena. The name's Duran. I saw the light from the inn in Astoria.
I see. I have no other option. So I suppose you'll do. Hold on.
What?
Oh, never mind. I'll tell you later. Please. I need you to take me to the Priest of Light in Wendell. I can't fly any further on my own.
I mean, that's where I'm headed too, but there's a barrier around the cavern. We're stuck here until further notice. Sorry.
I can get us through the barrier. But we need to hurry. Something has happened to the Sanctuary of Mana.
The
Wait, is this
Sanctuary
Bernadetta?
of Mana? Wait. Whoa! What was that? It came from Astoria. I gotta go back.
Oh, we need to get going.
That is.
Let me rest inside you for a bit.
Oh, that's weird.
You won't see me, but don't worry. I'm still here.
Yeah, I think it's Bernadetta from Fire Emblem.
Don't delay. We must see to Astoria.
Ah! She's talking in my head. Oh, that's so weird.
So weird.
Hurry.
Jeez, fine, on it.
And now, Bernadetta is Sothis. That's so weird.
So, why are you heading to Wendell?
I need to get stronger. That's why I gotta find a way to switch classes.
Oh, I see you haven't had an easy time yourself.
Listen, I don't know if that's actually Bernie's voice actress, but yeah. It sounds pretty fucking similar. Someone said, what an odd story beat. Man, 90s Square. Vinny, I just looked it up. It's her. I'm actually kind of shocked that I called that. Yeah, it's just a shame about the director. It's not that the voice actors are any, you know, are not. They're like doing a good job or the best that they can. Maybe Duran, not so much. Maybe made some really odd choices. But yeah, it just feels like the director like didn't even know they were making a video game.
What happened? Where is everyone?
This looks like the work of beastmen.
Those cowards!
There is no time to waste. We have to get to the Priest of Light as soon as possible. Wendell is in danger.
That was very, very quick. We were just here, and this whole beautiful, nice town that I said I would like to live in. Has been fucking trashed. Not okay with this, chat. The pumpkins. The pumpkins! Are all the people here died? Pumpkins. Oh no. There's like 2 pumpkins left, and they're bad. They've been, like, destroyed pumpkins. This was a nice town. It didn't deserve this. It deserved better. The pumpkins deserved better. It's not gonna stop me from looting all the stuff that's here. God, how many candies do I have now? 26, for fuck's sake. I'm not gonna need all those. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how difficult the game gets. You can switch the difficulty on the fly, which... Fire Emblem, please let me do that. Vinny, you wouldn't steal candy from a dead person, would you? Depends. If it's those little root beer barrels. Man, no matter what happens in the game, the saddest shit could happen, and then I hear this music again, I'm dancing.
Ugh, if this barrier
Whoa.
weren't in the way, I swear I'd be in Wendell by now. It's not fair.
Can't do that on Twitch.
How about that?
You say a fairy's gonna help us get inside? Oh, you must mean the light from the forest. I am so glad she's your problem and not mine. Wow. No, thank you. So, is she gonna let us in or what? Oh, and you can help me get to Wendell, by the way. I could use a break.
Oh boy. Regretting the choice of picking Angela. You can experience the previous journey of your new companion, Angela. Play through their past. You cannot save during a flashback chapter. Any items obtained will be lost. Well, yeah. That's cool.
In Altena, the kingdom of magicians, the true queen's magic was all that kept the freezing temperatures of the surrounding snowy lands at bay. But as the mana of the world grew weaker, so did her power.
The frame rates
Bit
grew
by
weaker
bit,
too.
the ice and cold began to encroach on the castle.
Citizens, we all feel the magic draining from the land. as mana weakens.
This asshole again.
For our mighty kingdom of Altena, this is of grave concern. We shall not sit idly while our country crumbles. No, no, we must open the forbidden portal to the Sanctuary of Mana, and then we can obtain the Sword of Mana.
I thought that we tried
Wow, these uniforms.
Be still. Legend says the portal to the Sanctuary of Mana only appears after activating the Mana Stones throughout the world. Obviously, no country would willingly give up a precious Mana Stone, so we expect a certain amount of resistance. We shall muster our strength and take the Mana Stones by force. Our true queen will obtain the Sword of Mana to rule her magic empire.
Long live the true queen! Glory to Altena!
Maybe don't do this? It sounds bad, like evil bad.
Oh, come on, Jose! Please.
Hush! No need to
Hush!
shout, Your Highness. Honestly, you know, I used to be the sharpest of the great magic users in the Altenish court.
Whoa, hang on. I do not need another trip down your winding memory lane. Just teach me the rest of yesterday's lesson.
I've told you time and time again, you cannot use magic simply by learning the steps. Your magic has not manifested because you rely on form instead of spirit.
Oh, please, not another lecture. Fine, I just won't ask for lessons anymore then. Take that.
Oh, this child.
Angela, aren't you cold? You live in a winter city. No wonder they need magic and things to keep the heat in and the winter out, because they don't wear enough clothes in the city.
Hey, Victor! Hey!
Oh, morning, Your Highness. Have you finished your magic lessons already? You know Jose complains to me whenever you skip lessons, right? Please consider my plight next time, Your Highness.
Angela, princess and heir to the throne of Altena. With a heavy burden dogging her steps, Angela grew up fatherless in the shadow of her mother's royal duties. Her childhood was extremely lonely. Instead of affection from her mother, it seemed all she received were scoldings. Though she knew that the queen had important responsibilities that kept the two from playing, that knowledge didn't stop Angela's frustrated tears. Starved for attention, the princess grew into a rebellious youth. She often acted out, playing pranks on members of the court. Though Angela became a renowned beauty, much like her mother, she remained woefully unable to wield the magic power of her bloodline. That lack of talent was never far from her mind.
Ugh, I am so bored. Why does nothing ever happen around here?
So, gee, sure is boring around here. Am I gonna have to hear that every time I play as Angela? Oh.
Yeet!
Did I not read the thing where it said that you had to go to the menu? Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
生徒ウェンデル。
ああ、それだったら。
え？フェアリーが入れるようにしてくれるって？
Uh-oh. It's alright, it's easy. I mean, it's still, you know... It's still gonna take some time. I don't know if there's a save point in the, in the flashback scenes. Oh, that's easy. You just press and hold Y to skip. It said no. I'm literally just doing this to hear the jump sounds. Sorry, chat. That's literally all I wanted to do.
Trials of Mana.
Chat, I have a question for you. How much longer is this demo? Considering the backstories. Played for 3 hours and still not done. Up until the first boss. You still haven't gotten the other partner. If you skip flashback, it's about 20 minutes. Well, you won't get the third character in the demo. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, let's, like, stop here then. I want to play Rim Worlds. But this is really good so far. Again, the voice acting is questionable for sure, but I'm really liking this. And we'll come back to it. We'll do Angela's flashback. We'll check out whatever's going on after that, and, you know, yeah. You do get the third character in the demo, but it would be prudent to stop around here. Cool. Hey, I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. Genuinely really enjoying it. It's got its problems, sure, but it's like a breath of fresh air considering other possibilities for what this remake could have been. And thank you, Square, for not cheaping out on this one. Feels pretty good. I look forward to its release. I want to play a song that many of you know and is an obvious choice for me, but I feel like it's appropriate, and also considering I heard it out in the wild a couple days ago, I was like, man, what a great song that is. I haven't heard that in a long time. So I'll take a little bit of time, and I will be right back with RimWorld, one of my current favorite streams at the moment. So see you in a bit.